What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going down? What's shaking? Welcome to another episode of Super Black Comic Book Reviews by Jonathan Soul. Now, I just got this comic today, ordered it a little while ago from 133 Art. That's 133art.com. The captain over there is Jason Reeves. Had the brother on the show a little while ago. Not only is he a writer, illustrator, and publisher, he has the print machines in-house. So if you're a comic book creator and you don't want to order comics from China, which you know, with the rest of the world, having China as your only part of the supply chain is a problem. The brother's in California. He can ship them to you right from there. And his fulfillment is very fast. You can go to his site and, there's like a little page for printing, and you can have the slider, how many books you want and how many pages and the whole thing, and they'll calculate for you right there. All right. Okay, so now Retcon from 133 Art, Jason Jeffrey, Perez, and Alleyne. Issue number 1. All right, so this is a time travel book, as you probably guessed. That looks like Hitler over there, and this is the agent. So I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but let's see here. Jason, Robert, Jeffrey, I know that name. Robert worked some other comics. It's not coming to mind, but I've seen some of his work other places. So anyway, so just to let you guys know, there's a bunch of writers who work with different artists and comic publishing houses to produce books. So, you might see a writer, with this company on this book, and then someplace else doing something else. So, but so this brother, so here we go. Hitler is dead. Ding dong. The Fuhrer is dead. And this guy killed him. And so, there's some German in there being spoken or whatever. And then you see, who's that? Himmler, and Herman Goring, and all kind of stuff. So they get taken out too. They get that lead kiss of death. Oh man, did I spike on that? And and so they setting the bomb. And that's dope. That's a dope ass spread right there. Can y'all see that? That's dope right there, yo. That's a nice spread. That's a very nice spread. And they jump out the window, and they got a little force field. Okay, all right, okay, modern tech. I don't know if you see that right there. See that force field? All right. So anyway, so one guy says, "Hey, good luck. You need to go to the extraction point." He said, "What do you mean, you? Aren't you coming?" He said, "I got other arrangements." And he took the helmet off, or the hat off, and you can see that the disguise is kind of dropping off, and it's a brother. And then he just kind of disappears. And so this is him going. So basically, in this universe, they call time travel slingshotting. And it goes into this whole story about, there was an arms race around time travel. Started with China, and then, the U.S., the U.K., and India, and Russia got involved in everything. And then it was like that, it was this whole political backstory that they built in, which is beautiful. And I don't know if y'all ever looked at Future Past, the X-Men story. I don't know all of the writers and shit like that with Marvel. I try to learn all these writers, but they had a story where was it Wolverine went back in time? Or was it Kitty Pryde? Or I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I think it was Kitty Pryde. Anyway, so in the comic book, one of the X-Men went back in time. It wasn't Wolverine, as I recall, in the movie. I don't think it was Wolverine. And that's where you got introduced to Bishop and all different kind of people. But anyway, so their version is the countries had an arms race. And so they wanted to add time travel to their arsenal, so to speak. And so there was, so I want to give the whole game away. But they go through this whole thing. We get introduced to this brother who's who's a time traveling agent and so forth. And then there's other parts of the story because India, I'll give you this much. India was able to was one of the first or the first country outside of another country to get it working. And so there's like mission briefs of the Indian slingshot person. You know what I mean? Mission briefs that they lay out here, which is mad dope. So I definitely think you should cop this book. It's a pretty good first issue. You know, the art is interesting and everything, and I like the concept, and I like that they spent time, thinking about the backstory. It just wasn't some fluff or whatever. The whole idea of an arms race would actually make sense. If one country could do something as heavy as travel back in time, you know good and goddamn well all the other countries are going to do it. So go to 133art.com. That's 133art.com and cop this book. They still are doing fulfillment. Like I said, I just got this today, and about a couple weeks ago. I guess I don't remember, but it was more than a week. But they're still shipping out books, and so this isn't so violent that you can't let a teenager take a look at, like a middle school kid. You know, I would say definitely middle, sixth grade on up. I think it'd probably be appropriate. That's my thinking. You get the book, you may see it differently, but I enjoyed the book, and I think you guys will too. All right, this is Jonathan Soul, jonathansoul.com. If you want to watch comic book reviews for books that you should add to your collection or give to the children in your life, you check out my YouTube channel. You go to my SoundCloud if you want to hear interviews with the creators of these wonderful comic book properties. Or if you just want to go to jonathansoul.com, everything is right there. All right. I love you guys. Hope all your dreams come true. Stay safe under this quarantine vibration. Looks like I got a little repair job to do, but hey, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. I ordered I used to wear kufa. I used to wear a Palestinian scarf back in the day, but I bought it from a Palestinian weaver. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like if I buy certain things, I like to buy from the people. When I used to wear dashikis, I would buy it from, I think it was Ghanaians. I think it was Ghanaian. I know it was West African. I think it was Ghanaian. So anyway, these jokers are starting to fall apart. I tried to go into a grocery store the other day, and I left this at my desk. I had to go into work. I'm fortunate enough where I can work from home. And you see, I thought this was a comic book review. What can you do? This is John the Soul, man. I rant. So I had to go into work. So I'm going into work, and then there's a grocery store around the corner. So I went to the grocery store. I left this on my desk, and they wouldn't let me in the store. I was like, "Are you serious?" They said, "Yeah, man. We let you in. They're gonna close us down." So thank God I had some emergency. It wasn't sardines, but it was some canned fish. The K, I forget. For kippers. Had some kippers in my drawer, so I was able to survive off of that. But yeah. So you gotta get you some scarves. So I always like to go to places that's alternative. So if usually a guy will say I gotta get a scarf, he'll go to Target or someplace like that. They're gonna be sold out. Beauty supply stores. Check them out. Beauty supply. And Amazon, you can go to Amazon, but they're going to say, oh, you can order this, but it ain't going to be in stock until, the end of April. It's not going to be in stock until May. So think about alternative places to get stuff. If the first place you think of is probably going to be sold out. But just remember, this is not going to last forever. We're probably going to be out of this. I would love to say May. I hope to say May. Definitely by June. But it's a lot of people hurting, and I don't want them to hurt anymore. And the sooner they can get back to work, the better. Because here's the thing. We don't want the companies who laid folk off to be comfortable in that condition. We want them to come back to work as soon as possible. Because the longer people get laid off, it's going to be a challenge. The good thing is that there's so many resources online where people can learn something new, learn some new skill, take some course, get some cert of completion or whatever to pad their resume so they get their foot in the door for another vibration. I'm in IT now, But I wasn't in IT always. I started out in art. And back then, I thought computers was the devil. When I say the devil, PCs, Windows. I was on a Mac. I did all my stuff on Mac. And so I actually thought PCs were evil. So, not literally, but you know what I mean. And if you would have told me when I was in my 20s, hey, you know, one of these days you're going to be the, you know, manager of a help desk, or you're going to be a computer guy, I was, man, get out of here, man. You crazy. I hate computers. Sure enough, you know, life demands you change and make adjustments. And I took my bachelor art degree, you know, put that on the bookshelf, and I started studying computers. And you can do it too if you need to switch up. The beautiful thing about IT is all you need is a cert to get your foot in the door. That's already all you need. And you can get a cert just by reading some books. You know, there's all kinds of websites where you can go into the website and click and drag stuff, what they call simulations, if you don't have the computer hardware in front of you. And you can get the necessary, because all you need to know is the right answer, right? You don't necessarily need experience. And then you can get your foot in the door. The low IT jobs, if you're working for an American company, if you're not working for some of these, I ain't gonna lie, some of the foreign companies, they be trying to come over here with them foreign hourly rates, and don't do that. But if you work with an American company, you can start out in the 30s with zero experience, with a cert or something like that. And you can quickly go to the 40s and 50s in a couple of years, just on the help desk. But you don't want to stay at the help desk. You got to go either in the management or infrastructure or programming or something like that. A help desk is where you stay for a couple of years to get your feet wet, and then figure out where you want to go next. So, but anyway, it has nothing to do with comics, but I don't want nobody hurting. If somebody's hurting out there and you feel like maybe you might need to have another career choice, that's a possibility. Like I said, you don't need a bachelor's degree to get into help desk support, technical support. And, they're not shipping everything overseas yet, thankfully. So anyway, before I go off on another rant, let me say, you guys, thank you for listening. I love you guys. Hope your dreams come true. Hope you can take care of yourself and your family and be safe, all right? Okay then. Peace.